Hello, everybody. This is the BBC Between Both Cheeks. Yes, we mean those cheeks too. Thank you for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram at Between Both Cheeks and subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, or wherever you tune into your favorite shows. This morning, I have Becca with me. Hello, Becca.
Hi.
I am Luba, your host. Yes, just Luba, like Cher or Madonna. And we have a very special guest, Dawn Flowers from back east, owner, operator of, is it two franchises?
Two. Yep.
Two franchises on the East Coast by the name of Fuzz Wax Bar. Welcome, Dawn.
Thank you.
By the way, you have the most perfect name for a franchise wax bar owner.
Thank you. I married him.
I love that. So some of you might be sitting on this podcast thinking, oh, well, doesn't Luba own a couple wax bars? And is this kind of like not weird in a way that this other franchise owner is sitting out there? And so now kind of like competition, and what do they really have to do with each other? So we have a bit of an announcement to make. I haven't even thought about how I'm going to actually say this. Dawn will be the new owner of the Vancouver location. So my very first baby at McDonald and 16th that I've had for 14 years, Dawn will be taking over, and it will then become a Fuzz Wax Bar effective January 31st.
Yay.
So that's why we wanted to have you on to introduce you to the world, to the clients, to the staff, to our viewers of the BBC, and just kind of talk about how this opportunity came up and how we were able to work together. Because for me, I don't know personally, like I find this very foreign in the industry.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
Right.
for sure. Because it's competition.
Well, that's the thing, right? So I think like number one, this podcast will get a ton of downloads because they'll see Fuzz Wax Bar and they'll kind of be like, oh, okay, what's going on here? One of the things is, I've always said we need to collaborate as an industry and stop competing. And like Dawn said, like competing is just so brutal in this industry. But yet we have been able to make such a positive thing of this for everyone to win, because you take out the ego and you work with people, with women specifically in this case, as opposed to having an ego about it. Very easily, I could have just thrown the business on the market and sold it to anyone, right? It could have been Becca's Wax Bar. It could have been Sam's Wax Bar. It could have went to a completely different business. I think the approach that we were able to take, it's going to be an incredible change, not only for, an opportunity for the both of us, but for the staff.
Yep.
Right? Like one of the things that Dawn wants to do is to keep all of the same staff. Like how incredible is that? The clients to, be able to honor their packages and be able to keep seeing them. I mean, they're taken care of. They win out of this. Fuzz Wax Bar as a franchise will now be the very first coast to coast wax bar in Canada. What a huge opportunity for the brand. What a huge opportunity for you, Dawn, to be a woman in business with a coast to coast, the only coast to coast female owned wax bar. And then the landlords on top of that. I mean, they didn't have to put anything on the market. They have the same business in there, so they know it's going to be successful. There's not going to be a long period of time where they need to spend money on advertising and not have it rented out and maybe not find the right fit. Like everything really worked out. It was very seamless. And I think if you just let go of ego and work with others that you find are your competition, really great things can happen.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Dawn, tell us a little bit about you and your locations and how you got into the Wax Bar franchise, and tell the world everything.
So I currently live in Whitby, Ontario. I have a husband and two kids, 11 and 5, and they take up a lot of my time. I opened the first location, the Whitby location, 6 years ago, and it has been amazing. When we first opened Whitby, no one knew what a wax bar was. No one had ever waxed before. Brazilian was a bad word. It was quite interesting coming into Durham, which is very residential and quiet. And we were saying vagina, and people were like, oh, you're not supposed to say that word here. So it was fun. We had a lot, like every client was a first time Brazilian, and people loved us and they continued to come. So we were welcomed. It ended up being amazing. I was a little bit nervous at the beginning, but it was great. And then 2 years later, I opened the second location in Ajax, and Ajax has been amazing. We have dealt with COVID. So we've kind of been on pause. We've had a lot of closures in Ontario. But we are back now and we are busy and it is great. So then crazy Dawn was looking for her third location in the middle of COVID because, why not?
Why not?
And then, Luba came in my life, and it is crazy because I was never thinking Vancouver. I wanted something local. Obviously for me, I love my business. I'm very involved in my business. So I wanted it convenient to me. And then this Vancouver came up and I could not stop thinking about it. I was like, this has to happen. So I traveled to Vancouver for the very first time in my life and met Luba. Yeah. And it was amazing. Everything has literally fallen into place. Luba has been fantastic in helping me along the way. And I am so excited. I'm coming down there again soon for my first Vancouver trip. And I'm super excited. I can't wait.
Becca?
Well, I didn't know that you were looking for a third.
Yeah.
I was looking for a third, but in my area.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a little bit of a commute, Dawn. I don't know if you're aware.
Yeah, it's a little. But I wanted to make sure, like when I came there for the first time, I wanted to make sure that it was possible for me.
Yeah.
Having two kids and a life and a home here. And it wasn't bad. Like traveling domestic is quite easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's totally doable. I am ready. And the best part of it all is your staff.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
To have staff that have worked for you for so long. That's the best case scenario is to have them and take them on. They know it, right? Like we've been in the business. So
one of the biggest things was when I decided, so I mean, the reason that I chose to sell my business was I got sick, and that was my wake up call of like, I really need to prioritize, and I've just spread myself so thin for so many years, and my health has to come first and foremost. And this is just too much. Like I have to be able to release some control, and it was time to make some major changes. And that's where I came up, with the idea that my lease has to be renewed. It was in COVID. So I was like very like at the beginning of everything. And the landlords kept messaging me saying, hey, we need to renew your lease. We need to renew your lease. And I was just like, I have cancer. I don't know if I'm going to live or die. I thought I was going to die 1000%. And I just like, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do. So I was like, if you want me out at the end of the month because I can't sign a lease, I am happy to walk away from everything right now because all I need to focus on right now is fighting for my life. That's it. And they were like, they're so incredible. Dawn, you're like, not only do you have a great team, you're going to have great, great landlords. And they wrote back and they're like, wow, you know what? We had no idea. Just take care of yourself. We'll circle around in like a few months. Let us know how you're feeling. And then a few months, came and went, and I was still undergoing treatment, and they weren't seeing the results that they were hoping for in my treatment. So it wasn't looking good at the beginning. So I just said to them, like, I'm not prepared to do anything. So if you're happy to go kind of like a month to month right now and, work with me in a couple more months. And they were so amazing through all of this. And then finally I was just like, you know what, I need to make a change. Like I can't, everything lined up this way with my lease coming to an end, with me being sick, like everything aligned itself for me to be like, I'm looking at this because I'm supposed to make a change.
Yeah.
Something has happened in order for me to be looking at this so much during such a difficult time. So you've got amazing landlords and an amazing team. And it was really easy for me to contact Fuzz corporate because I knew what I was offering. Like I knew that I was coming from such a good place of staff, location, a viable business, the landlords, that like it just felt good all around. Right? Does that make sense when I say that?
Yeah. I think too, for me, it was nice to see, like I opened Whitby 6 years ago and man, it was a struggle. Like it was amazing and great, but it's my baby. Like I put 100% into this. My family, saw it. It was a lot of it still is my life.
Yeah.
But then speaking to Luba and kind of hearing this is her baby and she's put all this work into it. So it's kind of nice that we both have that background, and I appreciate that background buying into a business.
Yeah.
As I'm sure she appreciates selling to someone with that background. Because I know the business was well taken care of before, and she's going to know the business is going to be well taken care of after. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I do want to talk a little bit about reaching out to Fuzz Corporate, because that was interesting. There was, like I said, there was only a couple that I reached out to because I was very specific. I never put it on the market for someone else to sell. I literally stalked the owners. I messaged them on, I don't know if you know this story, Dawn. I messaged them on Instagram and I was like, I have this opportunity. Like, I'm not trying to sell you wax or anything. Please let me know. It's somewhat time sensitive. And nothing. And I messaged them on LinkedIn and nothing. And then I started calling the stores being like, hey, can you have like the owners contact me? And like, I was giving their full names and everything. They're like, oh my God, they just popped in for a visit. I'm sure they'll be back soon. We'll let them know. Nothing. So I finally went on their website and I booked do you want to be a franchisee meeting?
Oh, wow.
So Flo was like completely confused on why I filled out a form. And they were like, do you have a specific or city? I'm like, yes, Vancouver. Do you have a specific location? 2805 West 16th Avenue, like everything. And I jumped on the call with Florence and I was like, oh, like, I don't know if you know who I am, which is like something that I will lead with because my name is so odd that if you Google me, it's going to come up, right? It's not like Sally Jones.
I get flower shops.
There you go. That makes sense. So she's like, how can I help you? And I just went in with, I got super sick this last year and had this opportunity. And she was like, oh, and you could like hear it and see it in her voice on like, what is happening? Again, like it's so foreign that like a competitor would call and offer this opportunity as opposed to just selling it to someone else and not wanting. I think the biggest thing is like people just don't want to see other brands succeed,
100%. Yeah.
which is like mind-boggling to me.
Yeah. We were in a meeting and they had mentioned that they were looking into Vancouver, opening a location in Vancouver. And ever since that meeting for like 2 days, I was like, I need Vancouver. Like, why have I never thought about Vancouver before? What?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't get it out of my head. So I
Yeah.
talked to my husband. I'm like, so then I called Jesse and Flo and I was like, I want Vancouver.
I love it. And I
And
was
they
just
were like,
praying.
what?
I was just praying that the date that you and your husband came to see the store, I'm like, please do not rain, Vancouver. Please do not rain.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a nice weekend. It rained a little, but not not much.
No, it was really great. I'm excited too because I think, I've had Vegas now for 12 years. So the girls are very used to of me being a bit of an absent owner. And especially with COVID and this last year, like I haven't stepped foot into the store a lot, maybe, God, Becca, I don't know, 10 times. Because obviously numbers, we have to watch our numbers. Trish, we have in the back, who is our hair renter in the back. So she's got clients and her and stuff. So I'm like, well, I can be in the store, but that means that we're taking away from clients and we're taking away from tips and stuff. So not only that, being sick and being an international owner with me being in the US, like they're used to someone not being there all the time. So this is not going to be a huge shock to them
Yeah.
of having someone, a little ways away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, with COVID, so if you had have asked me 2 years ago, never ever would I have considered a location that wasn't within like a half an hour driving for me. And then with COVID and same thing, the numbers, I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going in today because then we have capacity limits. And I learned to work from home. Like I can manage a store from home, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I've been doing it. And so now that the idea of a location far away isn't so foreign to me because I've learned to be comfortable with not going into the stores every day now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What are you most excited about for Vancouver?
meeting the community, meeting the staff, just building a relationship with Vancouver.
Well, and the other thing we need to talk about is that you came in for services without the girls knowing.
Oh, yes.
And I love this because I was like, oh my God, like she's going to see exactly what she's going to get. And she's going to probably love some things and probably be like, oh my God, I can do so much better here. And that was another thing, like not mentioning anything to staff, not setting anything up for a secret, just letting things happen naturally and giving Dawn the opportunity to be like, I love this, I hate this, and I'm definitely going to change this, and I think this can be done better.
Yeah, it was great. It was very similar to us.
Love that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like as I'm laying there, I'm like, oh no, like Brazilians are not fun to begin with.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. See, like very, very similar. And the staff were great. It was totally enjoyable. Yeah.
So now let's talk about, you are going to be the first Fuzz franchise owner to do anal bleaching. So talk about that and how I don't know, like are they excited that
Yeah, so that was a completely foreign concept to us, 1,000,000%. But thinking back on it now, it's the same thing. Like it's going to be very foreign, even if it is brought here. It's going to be the same as it was when we first came to Whitby and people were like, oh, Brazilian's a bad word, vagina is a bad word, you don't say those things. It's going to be the same thing. People are going to be really nervous about it. But so we do have some products that have a lightening agent in it. And I am convinced that they are flying off the shelves for this reason.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'm convinced. So I think it's going to be very widely accepted here as it is there. I think it might just be a little bit of a shock
Yeah.
to us, quiet Ontario people.
And you're going to really pioneer it for the brand because you'll already have experience with it on the West Coast. Like that's really incredible. Like you will have a team that is ready to go, have been doing it forever, are super successful with it. And I mean, like you're going to be such a wealth of information to anyone else that wanted to bring that on the East Coast. I think that's going to be.
Yeah, I'm so excited about the skin lightening for sure. I was like, well, who gets this done? Like, who is this for? And then even just speaking with your staff, she was like, moms.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah. And you have a really amazing video on Instagram that you did, which I love. It's a tax write-off. And if you guys want to see that video, you can go to @Dawn, DAWN_flowers. And you can see her video on there. It is hilarious. It's a write-off holding an anal bleach kit. And if you didn't know what it was, it's not as funny, but it was hilarious when I saw it.
Right off.
Yeah. So I know that you guys are going to do some renovations and stuff. Are you excited for that? Are you allowed to kind of talk about some of the changes that might happen inside, or is that kind of hush hush?
No, I mean all of the locations look very similar. So it's going to pretty much look like it does now. Just with purple walls, and we're adding some tile, changing a couple things around, adding a bigger staff room. But
oh wow, the girls are going to be very excited.
the where the hair is now will be the staff room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you'll have more storage too.
Yes.
Yeah. That'll be amazing.
And other than that, everything is like it's exactly what we need. 4 rooms, storage room.
Yeah. You know what? I know it's so amazing to kind of like do something from the ground up, but if I could go back and change a couple of things, I wish that I would have found a business that already had the TI, because there is so much money that goes into TI that you lose.
Yep. Even HVAC, electrical, everything,
everything. Yeah. So that'll be amazing. So Dawn and I have kind of like, we've been on text. I mean, we never knew each other until like, the opportunity with the store that came up. But I do want to talk about that you came out to the Alzheimer's Walk in Vegas. And how cool that was. So all of you know that charity of choice for wax hair removal bar is the Alzheimer's Association, because my mother passed of dementia. And I get this email notification about, you have a new team member. And this is like a couple days before I was leaving for Vegas for the walk. And I open it and it says, Dawn Flowers has joined your team. And I was like, that's cute. Like she'll like walk around the block around her house. Like when we're doing that, that's what went through my head. I was like, that's so sweet. It's super cute. So I messaged her and I was like, oh my God, thank you. And she was like, yeah, we're flying in this day. Do you know how far the walk is from the hotel? And I'm like, wait, what? You're flying in? First time to Vegas.
Yeah, crazy.
So I want to hear your perspective of it, because I had told Becca and I was like, oh my God, we have to be like super quiet about it because nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna know.
I saw your posts about it and I just wanted to be there that day and support in any way that I could. I know it's an important cause to you. And just build that relationship with you, like this isn't like, here's the keys, bye sort of thing. Like you have clients that you care for, that you've been taking care of for 14 years. And I guess want to prove myself and show like I'm here for this reason. Like I will be taking it on and taking care of those same clients for you. So yeah, I just wanted to be there for you, and it was fun.
Good. You had a good time?
Yep.
Awesome.
I guess is a lot. Yeah.
It's very different, hey?
Yes.
Very different.
It's like two separate businesses
It's
completely.
like its own little world.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never walked so much in my entire life.
You got your steps in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I thought that was super cool. So again, like, just like women supporting women in any way that they can. This can exist, people. This doesn't have to be a foreign concept. Again, I think it's just about like letting your walls down and being open and helping each other, and really great things can become of it.
Yeah.
So what's one of the first things that you want to do when you get to Vancouver with the store open?
Oh, put me on the spot. No idea. I'm not.
Just get it going.
Are you gonna do an opening party, or are you just gonna?
We are going to, but probably not until end of April, I'm thinking. Yeah, I have to find an apartment.
Oh, are you gonna rent an apartment?
Yeah, I think I'll do like an Airbnb for the
Okay.
first month or two. But both my daughters are in cheer, so they can't miss too much school or cheer. So I'll be flying back and forth quite a bit. So yeah, I honestly don't know what my first thing is. I just want to get in there and start construction, meet the girls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you want to change?
Yes.
That when you got your mystery secret appointment, what was the first thing that you were like, oh, we're gonna do that different?
It was so similar, like to the very beginning when she came out and got me. She brought me in the room. She told me what to do. Like it was all very, very similar.
And sorry, go ahead, Dawn.
Yeah, I don't really think there was anything. I think it's going to be a very easy train for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be like so easy for them.
When you told me that the wax technique was similar, I was like, oh my God,
Very
wow.
similar.
Like I was already very excited that you guys were using hard and soft wax.
Yeah.
Way back 14 years ago, no one in Vancouver was using hard wax.
I know.
Yeah.
Shorter services.
Yeah.
Say that again?
Shorter services.
That makes sense. Yes, ours are definitely extended for longer periods of time. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like it was so similar. Like, and I'm not an esthetician, but I've done the training a million times, and we have our like ones and our twos and I was like, oh my God. And then I was even wondering, like, I wonder how she's going to do in between the cheeks, because everyone is so different. Going all fours, go on your side. Like everyone's so different. Everything was so similar.
Yeah. I was super excited to hear that. Yeah, especially with you guys using hard wax. We were the first ones to use it in BC. It was, people were like, what are you doing? Why are you flicking it off? Where's the piece of paper? So I think that is huge as well. Like nothing's really going to change for the clients or the staff, or, if anything, I think it's going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Like you've got a national brand behind them now. I can only see things even, doing better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very excited. It, like I said, it was all seamless. It was like, it was just meant to happen.
Yeah.
And easy.
Yeah. How are you gonna
that in 2
market
months.
the skin lightening? Are you gonna say anal bleach?
Ooh, good question.
Is the rest of Fuzz gonna bring it on, or are you kind of the guinea pig for them to see that it's successful?
I don't really know. I believe that we are starting it out in Vancouver to see. And I also believe that I know Fuzz enough to say that they probably will use skin lightening and not anal bleaching.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I absolutely could be wrong. They're a little, I feel like skin lightening is more their brand, but they could surprise me.
Yeah. It was funny when I first spoke to Florence about selling the business. She had called me, and funny enough, another wax bar that I had approached as well. They both of them called me and they said, "We just want to be really transparent with you. There is no way we're bringing on anal bleach." And I was like, "All right, like I'm selling the business. So whatever you choose to do with it, you choose to do with it." However, if I could please send over some numbers. And then both of them were like, "Oh, we would like to try this out in our current business right now. We just want to test it. We most likely will keep it." I was like, yes. So those of you listening, it is very profitable for our professionals that are listening out there. By far the most profitable service I have ever experienced in my 14 years in the aesthetics business. So don't knock it till you try it, and don't knock it till you look at the numbers.
And it's really natural.
Popular.
Sorry?
Yeah, and it's natural.
Yes, it's all natural.
Totally aligned with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the good part, is you don't have to worry that like anything crazy is going to happen with your skin. Like it's so easy to roll out into your business because there's really no downside. And at the Vancouver location, it's like the top third service out of everything for the past like 2 or 3 years. Like it's not really moved from the top 3.
And what's kind of crazy about it, like I was thinking when I had so I booked an appointment for a Brazilian and anal bleach, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like I've never done this before. I was like dying inside a little bit. And I was like, how can they do that service after a wax? Like, I'm gonna burn, like it's gonna hurt. But there was nothing.
People fall asleep in it.
Yeah, there was literally like nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And it's all natural. So it's totally safe to do.
And then it was a write-off.
It's a write-off. Can't get any better than that.
Yeah.
One thing that I just realized that we will be changing.
Ooh.
You guys currently offer facials. So we won't be offering facials. We are strictly waxing.
Yep. And that, I don't think that that's even gonna concern anyone.
Yeah, I hope not, because I know that some people are like, oh, it's so easy. I go for, my wax and my facial. So I hope people are going to be okay with it.
Yeah. I definitely think that they will. I think it's something that we could even eliminate now, and it wouldn't be an issue. I don't know. That's my personal thought on it. I don't even know why I brought facials in. I think because we were doing more like the bikini facials and the butt facials. And I was like, well, why don't we just add the face on there, because we already have the products already. Yeah. So Dawn, tell us a little bit about some of the products that you guys will be carrying that will be different from us. So what can customers expect and look forward to?
So we have not a whole lot of product, but the products that we do carry are well priced. They are aligned, with our values. We have our Fuzz line, which is a scrub, which is probably everyone's favorite bestseller. It's a salt and sugar scrub. We have our Fuzz oil as well, which is a great seller. These products we also use in the treatment rooms as well. We have our hydrating cream, and we have a V mask. So it is a mask for your vagina.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's our fuzz line. And then we carry, ingrown products, PFB, bikini brushes. We have a new wellness line at Fuzz, which is exciting. We are just bringing all wellness into Fuzz. So we have CBD oil now.
Wow.
People are taking Advils before they come in for their appointment, and you can't get any better than CBD if you're looking for pain management. We have collagen peptides. We have hair vitamins, skin vitamins, all wellness related. So that's exciting. That's quite new to Fuzz. We are also adding skin patches that you can do while you're getting your treatment. So that's going to be added soon. So we're excited about that. So yeah, there's lots of goodies.
Awesome. Well, the girls in Vancouver sell a ton of scrubs, and ever since we got rid of our wax scrub, we kind of been struggling on what we love, what we don't love, what the right fit is. So that is going to be probably, I'm going to guess, and we can come back to this.
Yeah.
Maybe like, I don't know, 6 months after opening and see, but my guess is that's probably going to be your number one retail. And probably like an ingrown solution that you sell. Would be my guess. Kits too is like, it's very natural. So I think like everything that you're saying, and I wasn't even aware of the wellness line and stuff. Like that's even more of a reason and a great fit on how successful your brand is going to be at that location.
Yeah.
Home of the Lululemon.
Yeah, exactly. Do you wax men though?
Yes.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Perfect. So we got a big clientele of men for sure.
Yeah, it's perfect. We're very neutral. Even in decor, like we'd never have flowers in our store. And yeah, it's probably the same with you. Not all estheticians wax men, but the ones that do, yeah, we have Manzillion buttocks. We have memberships for men, as we are membership based. So the memberships for both men and women are big money savers. So yeah, I think
that'll do well.
Yeah. How do the memberships work? Like, you pay a monthly fee and you get so many waxes?
Yeah, so we have 3 tiers for our membership. So the first tier is our Fuzz Fan. I believe that's $17, and that just gives you discounts on every service. So up to 50% off on any service that you do. So that membership is good for clients that like come for smaller services multiple times a month. And then we have our Faithful, which includes the Brazilian. That's $42 a month, and they come every 4 weeks for their Brazilian. And then they also get member pricing on any additional service that they might do. So if they come in every month and do Brazilian and brows, they're only going to pay $13 for their brows on top of their membership. And then the Fanatic covers any 3 services. So that would cover like Brazilian and full legs. Anything that has full counts as 2 services. So Brazilian and full legs, and then the same deal, any additional service they get at member price as well.
Cool. That's a smart way to do it. So your Brazilian could only be like $40. That's really cool.
That's insane.
I know. I look at Vancouver prices and I'm like, oh no. But then I'm like,
yeah.
But maybe you'll get more clients because it's a little
so what I'm hoping for. Yeah.
Because we're right near a university. So like for that clientele, $40 is probably all they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that we've missed that opportunity with the university students based on our price point. We're aware of it. It's just what I've chosen to do. So hopefully you will gain all of that clientele.
Yeah, because right now we have an older clientele.
Yes. Just for your information, Dawn, I tried to do a Facebook promotion way back, like before Instagram, and none of our clients knew Facebook. They didn't have an account.
So funny.
Yeah.
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 Well, even now with the QR codes and scan, like we have lots of clients that come in and they're like, I don't have a cell phone, or I don't have,
Mhm. Yeah.
what? Like, what do I have to do? And I'm like, it's okay. We'll do
Yeah.
verbal today.
So this is going to be your third location.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna throw it out there because I think that, you know, you're very similar and like always looking ahead.
Yeah.
What would be an ideal fourth location for you? Have you ever thought about that, or did you have
Oh, it's
thoughts about
already
it?
like planned in my head.
Okay, will you tell us, or is it let's manifest it together?
Yeah, I have had my eye on Miami.
Ooh, fun.
Mm-hmm.
US
Amazing.
is, I think, like just with COVID right now, it's scaring me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But once things go
Miami.
back to normal, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're the same time zone as you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Toronto, yeah. Yeah. Are you worried about the time zone at all with anything?
No, I just have to get used to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, for you, Dawn, you're on the good side of the time zone. So, like, if the staff are calling you or emailing you, you'll be awake.
Right.
Whereas if
Yeah.
you were in Vancouver operating
Yes.
Ontario, that might be harder because the staff might be asleep at,
Mhm.
6
Right.
a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying though really hard to I'm very close with my staff and we message all the time, and my going to be New Year's resolution is to stop messaging them, even if it's for like a personal reason when they are not working.
Mhm.
So, but yes, back to the time zone, I just have to, it's something I have to, maybe I can get like a clock on my phone or something, because
To show both, yeah.
yeah, I had a meeting with a lawyer and I call him and he's like, what can I help you with? I'm like, we have a meeting. And he's like, okay, do you need something beforehand? I'm like, no, I thought we were having a meeting. And he's like, yeah, 1:00. I'm like, it is 1:00.
It's like it's
Not
10.
my time. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God. I think I did it with you as well, Luba.
Yeah, and so that's why I checked with
where is
you.
she?
I checked with you last night. I was like, are we still on for 10 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. EST?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Fuzz have specific days and hours you have to be open, or do you get to kind of decide based on location, and what will those look like in Vancouver? Do you know yet?
So pre-COVID, we were only closed 4 days a year.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
Mhm. Now, that has changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, we were open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. And post-COVID, we are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. And
Ooh.
we are closing pretty much on all holidays now.
Mhm. Yeah.
That might change
Yeah.
again once we're in more normal times.
Yeah.
But for now, it works. Everyone is happy.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to mess with that. But I don't really like, head office is the thing. Like I've when we first opened Whitby, I was like, no, like this is so like it's very different from a Toronto location. Like I'm suburbia, like people are not out on Christmas Eve. Like I need to
Right.
close. And they were like, no, you need to stay open. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna sit here all day. And then I was booked solid.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. So they like, you know, but yeah, I mean, they're great with, if there is a trend and it's a problem, then we'll figure something out. But yeah, I like the hours the way they are right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it would be interesting to see like an 8 a.m. start in Vancouver, because that Starbucks coffee across the way is slammed busy in the mornings. And I never really adjusted the opening times at all. I've played with closing times, but never opening. I've always stayed like very old school 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So that might be a huge opportunity too, right? All the buses in that area on the way to school and stuff like that.
Well, that's why we used to open at 7 a.m. pre-COVID. And I was like, no, like people are commuting to Toronto. Like this doesn't make any sense for Durham. And it was like booked every single slot we had open at 7 a.m. that people would come before their commute.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So we tried to be as convenient as possible, I guess.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, I encourage all of you guys to pop into the former Wax Hair Removal Bar location on McDonald and 16th, and please introduce yourself to Dawn Flowers, the new owner-operator of Fuzz Wax Bar, opening February 1, 2022. Construction. Oh, sorry. Yes, construction. So you might be able to pop in and say hello. Right. You can follow Fuzz Wax Bar on, I think, all platforms, right? Mm-hmm. Instagram for sure, at Fuzz, F-U-Z-Z, or Z-Z if you're in the US, Wax Bar, F-U-Z-Z-W-A-X-B-A-R. And you can also follow Dawn personally at Dawn Flowers, DAWN_flowers. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on this huge venture. I can't wait to be able to come into your salon and get my treatments done and be able to just leave. Sure. And I wish you all of the success, and I look forward to staying in touch with you after everything is said and done as well. And I know, like, in my gut, in my heart, that this is the right fit, and I'm excited for everyone all around. Yeah. Becca, where can they find us and follow us and listen to us?
You can find us on any podcast platform by searching Between Both Cheeks. You can follow us on all platforms at Between Both Cheeks Podcast. And if you want to get in touch with us, send us an email to comment@betweenbothcheeks.com. And if you want to watch the video version, you can go to YouTube and search up Between Both Cheeks Podcast. But it is on the Wax Hair Removal Bar channel, but it still comes up. So as long as you type in Between Both Cheeks Podcast anywhere, you'll be able to find us.
And you can also buy us a coffee.
Yeah, see the show notes for all of our special links. And if you want to write a review, you can do that on the Apple Podcast app.
Thank you and good night.